Helix.
Can you give us an emotional glimpse of what it feels like to receive severely negative student feedback in a course evaluation?
Even if you get 49 positive comments and one negative one, you tend, as a teacher, to fixate on the negative one at the expense of the others. And that's a real problem, both because it just takes an emotional toll on faculty members, but more importantly, if you're trying to figure out how to use student feedback to modify your teaching in future years, then focusing on the one comment out of 50 that was negative actually might be doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, so talk us through this potential solution you've devised in receiving a summary of this constructive criticism with any personal attacks either removed or anonymized.
I felt very lucky to have an administrative assistant whom I trusted to do this work. I gave her my student evaluations before I ever read them. And I basically said to her, would you mind taking the comments that students have made and basically sort them into 3 buckets? The first bucket is take the positive comments they say and just copy them word for word. For constructive criticism, try to extract some themes from them so that I get a list of things that it feels like more than one student is concerned about and would like to see changed in future years. And then there's a third category, criticisms that are not constructive. All that will happen is I will dwell on those negative words, but I won't be able to do anything about them. So take that third category and don't show them to me.
Can you give us a hypothetical example of what a negative critique might sound like before screening and then after that emotional brunt has been removed?
One student made a comment, Dr. Goodman was never available outside of class. When I read that, I felt terrible about this. I was also confused because I actually run a ton of office hours, but as I sort of read the comment more, it was clear that whatever office hours I were running didn't work with that student's schedule. But what my assistant had done was to summarize that comment as, please make sure that you are available to all students of all schedules outside of class. And that very neutral framing for my assistant, I read. I didn't feel bad about that at all. I just thought, that's an important thing for me to absorb, and I have to figure out how next year I can work on that.